IHG's Q1 2021 results are not out yet, but judging by your Q4 2020 revenue per available room, it actually fell by a lower magnitude compared to your 2020 year-long average. Would you say that the worst is over for IHG in China?
You know, if we think back at this time last year, we were just starting to see some of the green shoots of recovery for our industry as the May Day holiday came, where people were feeling confident to travel locally or nearby their cities, to reunite with families or friends. And that trend continued, with leisure travel being very, very strong throughout 2020. And in Q4, as you said, we started to see a lot more commercial, business and meetings travel. And therefore that was sort of the indicator that we expected to go into 2021. Now, as we know, the virus doesn't discriminate, and we had some outbreaks early in the year where actions were taken again to contain and to eradicate the virus. But as March came and people were able to travel, we started to see that flow happen. And April results are indicative of what we saw in Q4 2020. We still believe that this is a golden era of growth for the hospitality and travel industry in China.
Talk to us about IHG's expansion plans and pipelines in the next 3 to 5 years in China.
In December last year, we opened our 500th hotel, which was a big milestone. And that's now around about 520 hotels today. But if we add our opened hotels and what we call our pipeline hotels, which are deals signed, and those hotels to open over the coming 3 to 4 years, combined, we've just crossed the 1,000 hotel milestone there. So that gives us an indicator of what growth lies ahead. But that will continue as we penetrate further into China. We're represented today in about 170 cities. There are 600 cities in China. 70% of our hotels are in tier 2 to 4 cities. So the growth opportunity is really positive and enabled by high-speed rail network and infrastructure that'll continue to go that way. The fastest growing segment is the upper mid-scale segment, and our Holiday Inn Express brand is the one that we see penetrating deeper into these 600 cities over a period of time.
Out of your pipeline hotels, maybe 400-ish, 500, what's the percentage for your upper mid-scale segment in terms of your expansion?
It's around about 60% is in the upper mid-scale, and the other 40% is in upscale through to luxury brands as well. So it's not dominated, but it certainly indicates where the demand is from a consumer point of view, where owners are looking to build in locations in that segment there.
Your competitors are also expanding into the upper mid-scale segment. So at what point do you feel that it might become a little bit saturated?
Well, it's unknown at this point in time, but as domestic travel continues to increase, and 90% of our demand or our customer base is Chinese domestic travellers, and they're travelling much more freely now, and they've got access to travel. The emergence of the Tourism and Culture Ministry several years ago has brought a new dimension to leisure travel, as people not only are aspiring to get to the resort destinations, but the culture, the heritage, the nature. All of these destinations are now accessible, and once people get there, they require a place to stay, which is where our industry comes into play as well. So we're still very confident of the growth potential across our 11 brands, but the fastest growing one being the mid-scale segment.